This will be our third semifinalist. And here we have it in the bottom left corner. Had two incredibly long games against Alive and now just came off a quick win versus Sen. It's alternate attacks DarkForcE.
And you all know him, you all love him. In the top left-hand position, we have as the blue Zerg Fnatic MSI Sen.
A lot of Sen fans here today. We see the 9 Overlord from DarkForcE. We see the 10 Overlord from Sen. Likely going to follow that one up with an extractor trick. And there it is. Damn, I'm good, Andre. There's the extractor trick. Nothing too rush focus at this point in time. But the reason this map is so unstable, come look at DarkForce's natural. Huge space, hard to defend, and also the ramp is quite far away from the natural expansion. Often you'll see players early expand and not even send drones to mine there because it's too huge of a vulnerability.
Yeah, at the same time, you do want to get that position out there because if your opponent is able to take that outwards position, it makes it very, very increasingly hard. Zerglings can push back and forth, so a lot of times you want to just set up shop right there, either get a spine crawler or roaches and just settle down. We don't see that from Sen just yet. He's going the extractor first. Actually, both players are getting the extractor first and the spawning pool, so playing a little bit safer. This is a very robust style against basically every single thing the opponents can do.
It's one of the safer openings, but at the same time, since both players are doing it, we've seen DarkForcE open up Banelings every game. This could be an extremely fragile Zerg versus Zerg. It's going to come all down to one big Baneling hit, similar to how one Baneling turned the tides in the last game. DarkForcE is going to get that opportunity to see where his opponent is located first, and this Overlord, when pulled back to this exit of Blue's base, is going to have complete lockdown on Zergling movement by Sen.
Yeah, which, you know, just right off the beginning, it makes it much tougher for Sen. He doesn't have that security that he knows what his opponent is doing. Right now, DarkForcE knows for sure Sen has not expanded. Sen is completely in the dark. There's a huge range of builds that he has to defend against or he has to go up against, and it's very, very scary for him at this point.
And there's the Baneling nest going down by DarkForcE. He has not made any additional drones. He is still down at 14. Meanwhile, we see Sen going for the Zergling speed. Has pulled one out of gas, but no Baneling nest. Could be going for a faster Roach Warren. We see there's a little skirmish going on, and DarkForcE has a great concave. Manages to pick off one Zergling, and everything's going to count when it comes down to those Zergling-Baneling conflicts.
Now it's a 5 versus 4, and actually 2 more Zergling getting in here. Sen has caught a little bit out, and there are no more Zerglings on the way for Sen. He's actually going for an expansion, but I think he has to cut that short. DarkForcE is just going to back up for now as more Zerglings on the side are going to join up.
Looks like one Zergling from Sen did manage to slip by. It's going to be able to see the Baneling nest, but oh no, in Sen's main, the Roach Horn only halfway done. Where are the Banelings? They're morphing at the top left, and it looks like both of them will have Zergling speed done shortly, and there's Sen's Zergling does now spot the Baneling nest.
This is a very precarious situation. Sen needs to instantly snap call. We see 2 queens going over there. They're going to be able to buckle down and settle his position. The Banelings come over here, and Sen is fine. He doesn't have to worry about a thing. One Zergling goes down. Another Zergling might go down. I don't know if he should be busting this right now. It looks like he wants to.
He's opened it up a little bit.
Banelings are coming up.
Oh, and he squeezes in. And here, this is key. He needs to get as many drones as he can, but Sen is great at splitting them up. Gets a pretty big hit. More Zerglings rush up the top. He's going to have to get some huge kills on these drones. 12 do remain for Sen. A lot of roaches out. Amazing defensive units at this point in time, but we do see 12 drones right now for Sen, 14 for DarkForcE.
So he needs to utilize these roaches very, very carefully right now. It's, again, another precarious situation because the speed of those Zerglings can get around them, counterattack, backstab Sen when he's out of his base. However, DarkForcE does have the income advantage right now. It's kind of mitigating a little bit, but things are going to settle down. Expansion has been taken for DarkForcE, and I feel like Sen, as soon as he sees this, it's going to give him indication to do something about it.
We see the Zerglings from DarkForcE parked by the counterattack location. There's one Overlord there constantly doing some spotting. We see a couple drones getting made by DarkForcE, but Zerg vs. Zerg is such a fragile matchup. DarkForcE desperately needs to begin making units again, and look at this. We see a Baneling Nest from Sen. It looks like he's going to be going for a big one-base timing. Can the Roach Warren of DarkForcE finish in time?
It's going to be very difficult. He wants to hit that timing before the hatchery gets up. Sen has scouted the hatchery is down. So that's what gave him indication to the one-base timing and also get that Baneling's Nest. I think it's going to be very powerful. However, there are a lot of Zerglings still out here for DarkForcE, so he has a lot of capabilities to do, again, the backstabs or just sandwich this entire army and make it very difficult for any sort of reinforcements to come.
There it is, the Roach Warren now finishing up for DarkForcE. He desperately needs to build a round of roaches immediately. The Roach Warren is done, and there it is, 6 roaches. The expansion now going down for Sen. Expansion finished for DarkForcE. Small set of Zerglings making their way down to Sen's base. This is a very tense moment. Sen looks like he's still going for the long-term play, making more drones, but when these roaches pop out, DarkForcE has a timing window of attack that he can exploit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Sen's going to do right now. It's hard for him because right now the Larva lead goes over to DarkForcE. As soon as he can get a second queen up, there's just so many possibilities for DarkForcE. He can make so many more Zerglings than his opponent and also garnish with those roaches or even the other way around. So again, a lot of different things. DarkForcE holds the initiative in this game, and it's very, very dangerous at this stage where Sen has no indication before that lair time, no indication of what his opponent is doing.
I mean, that larva lead that you point out, Andre, is so key because we're starting to see the DarkForcE is getting ahead in drone count, he's ahead in Zergling count, and he's essentially dead even in Roach count. The only advantage that Sen has is this very, very fast +1 attack upgrade for the Roaches. But if DarkForcE can continue to add more larvae to that expansion, I mean, he's going to leap ahead in terms of the unit count.
Yeah, if Sen can somehow wait everything out 2.5 minutes, then the +1 will finish, and he will be a lot more robust against any sort of pressures. Again, two-shotting the Zerglings with the Roaches makes battle so much easier. One Zergling gets in here, and it's just going to tickle this one drone and get out of there.
And you know, one thing that's brilliant by Sen, look at this, by the natural expansion, we see an Overlord from Sen keeping a lot of active vision on it, like you said, trying to count the number of drones that are there. If he sees more drones getting added, great, I can respond with more drones. But we're not seeing that from either player. In fact, DarkForcE is making only Zerglings right now, only Roaches getting produced from Sen. Both players know that a relatively large attack is coming. 13 Roaches out right now for DarkForcE, with 35 Zerglings also in production, are also out right now. 12 Zerglings getting produced by Sen. DarkForcE looks like he is going for a kill.
Oh, but he attacked in the line, so Sen did get a little bit of advantage right there. Zergling's going to swarm in. There are so many units coming out here from DarkForcE. Nice transfusion comes out, and it looks like Sen is actually going to stay alive for this. Now Roach on Roach battle. Reinforcements of Sen are coming in, and Sen is going to hold off against DarkForce's aggression. Very, very beautiful.
Huge counterplay right there by Sen. Just had a few more Roaches and slightly better positioning. It could have gone either way, but Sen with a marginally better positioning now is all swinging into his favor. Zerglings rushing up from DarkForcE. +1 is almost done for Sen. 5 more seconds, and with a surround of Zerglings and Roaches, DarkForcE running out of options. More Zerglings trying to stream in, and there it is. +1 finish for Sen. The counter push will be huge. His Roaches can absolutely devour those Zerglings.
And Sen is the type of player that will keep the pressure on. He's going to go for the win right now. Only Zerglings being made, and I heard Roaches are pretty good against them, especially with that +1. Roaches are now coming in here, and the Zerglings are just going to garnish, make sure that they're safe. More Zerglings are approaching this base. Sen is just chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Wow, that is a lot of Zerglings from Sen. 42 and 8 Roaches versus 22 and 3 Roaches. Sen has every advantage he can, upgrades more units, more Zerglings, and there's the surround. Sen going for the kill, the counter push, the huge crushing blow. DarkForcE getting overrun. Sen, one of the big hopes of the foreigner community, showing why he is one of the top Zergs in the world, overrunning the natural expansion, drones falling, more Roaches at the front, they too get surrounded.
And that's
it is.
GG comes out from DarkForcE. Sen